it's Nova, just jumping on quickly. We've just filmed the video you're about to watch. I am putting a mass trigger warning on this video. We are talking about persecutors. There is discussions of self-harm in different formats, and there is also discussions of hospitalization. There are discussions around trauma and around introjects, specifically factives. Please take care of yourself, and if this video is not a video that is helpful for you, please don't feel obligated to watch it. Now on to the video. And welcome to a video by the Rose System. I'm Zeta, and today we will be learning about me and learning about others of my kind. Nova has given me a list of questions to go through, so let's get into it. My name is Zeta. I don't have a specific age, but I am very old. We're talking in the hundreds, just don't have a specific age. My gender, I don't have a gender, although I am masc presenting and I do use he, him pronouns. I do look like my avatar. It is incredible what Nova is able to do to set it up. I helped prompt her. I helped give her the views on what I look like. Favorite color is black. Favorite animal, don't have one. Don't have a favorite flower. Music, rock. I do like rock music. Food, well, I guess I like coffee. I've had it for the first time today. When I'm in the body, I generally don't eat, and so I do not have much input on what food I like. My hobbies, I don't have hobbies. I have a role. My role is specific and I am not in the body aside from the role. That being said, I do think drawing could become a hobby. We've recently gotten a new tablet and I had an experiment with it and I quite liked it. My role in the system, I am a persecutor. I formed relatively recently due to an ongoing traumatic situation, and it was my job to punish the body and punish the system in accordance with the views of the people who were traumatizing us. I am the reason we had to go to the hospital. Kel had to rip me from the body and get us to the hospital. Otherwise, I was going to do immense damage to the body and to the system. This is not an easy thing to admit. But up until literally a week ago, I was incredibly toxic for the body and for the system. A week ago, Nova was going to film a video about persecutors. I offered to film to give my perspective on the matter. Nova thought I was a different persecutor. I am not the only one who formed. So Nova did let me film, but we didn't have an avatar, and so I was using hers. And I went to say my name, and she stopped me because she thought I was someone else. I went to talk about where I came from, and she stopped me because she thought I was someone else. This pissed me off. I understand that she didn't know it was me. She hadn't come in consciousness with me before. She didn't know what I looked like. She didn't know who I was. But I will say she was correct in being quite guarded, given who she thought I was. I am a persecutor in the system, in that, as you can tell, I am not entirely human. I'm not a demon. I'm closer to being a vampire, if you want to put terminology onto me. But there's not much. There is no specific mythological creature that I look like. What I will say is, despite my looks, I am not demonic. I am not a spiritual being. I am a part of a broken mind. So I am a persecutor. To be specific, I am a persecutor. To be specific, I am a persecutor who harms the body. Nova has spoken about self-harming before, and she has spoken about the fact that when she or another alter does it, they do it in a way that prevents permanent markings or semi-permanent markings. When they do it in a way that after the redness fades, there is no sign it was done. I am different. I split the day we went to the hospital, and I did semi-permanent damage to the body, and it would have resulted in permanent damage if I had been allowed to continue. Why do I do what I do? Being a recent split, I do what I do because we were in an environment that was not safe, and we were in an environment where we were constantly being told how awful we are. And so I formed to carry out the punishment that we were being led to believe that we needed, that we deserved. So that is why I do what I do. After we moved, or should I say after the incident that led to my formation, I was placed in what you guys know as the lockdown cabin. We really need to update you on what it's called. But for whatever reason, whenever anyone fronts what it is called, just slips their mind. We are blaming the amnesia barrier that exists around Nova and that exists around the front. The amnesia barrier is getting better, but it is still frustrating. So I was in the lockdown cabin whilst whilst we moved, whilst we got out of that living situation, whilst we finished off what we were doing in that city. I was in the lockdown cabin, so I could not continue the harm. I have recently been released. More specifically, I was released a week ago when Nova was filming the original Persecutors video. I offered to film. It went horribly wrong. I snapped, though I didn't harm the body. And I just went back to the lockdown cabin because I was angry. Because I was being labelled as a different persecutor. If it had been that persecutor, Nova had every right to be concerned. So let's talk about persecutors. We exist because of trauma. We use unhealthy practices to try and control the system. Mine is physical. The others are mental. We have two other key persecutors. Both of them exist in a format that brings the system a lot of anxiety and a lot of shame. Because both of them are factors, are introjects of people who have done us significant harm. And so having someone who traumatized you living in your own brain, living in your head, continuing this cycle that you fought so hard to get out of, it is a reason to be concerned. These two alters have teamed up in an incredibly difficult way because they both believe that the trauma the system went through that resulted in their formation. They believe that the trauma is the system's fault, more specifically Nova's fault, that Nova has too kind of a heart. And if Nova wasn't so kind and wasn't so accepting of other people, then we wouldn't be in the situation that we were in that resulted in these people harming us. So, anytime Nova is kind, they will try and distort it in a way to make it appear as though the being kind to this person will result in another traumatic situation. I deal with a lot of anger because of what I was led to believe about the system. I have been observing for the past week, and the lies I was told by the people harming us are so very clear. It's surprising how healthy we are when we are not living in a traumatic situation. It is surprising to see how good Nova is. It's surprising to see how good Nova is at managing life when we are not constantly living in fear. The things we were told about ourselves, the things I was led to believe about us, are true when there are external factors weighing heavily upon us. What is my goal from here on out? My goal is to be reformed, to go from a persecutor to a protector. Unfortunately, even just filming this video, we had an itch on our arm. I scratched it and did more damage than what was necessary. Apparently, I do not yet have self-control over what is meant to be controlled touch. Apparently, when I do something as simple as scratching an itch, my pressure is too much. But I do want to get better. I do want to get better. I don't want to be a danger for the system. Which is why I think drawing will be a very good thing for me. The other persecutors are not so interested in reforming themselves. Hopefully that will come with time. For them to heal, they will need to stop blaming Nova and the rest of the system for other people's actions and other people's behaviors. Which is a difficult thing to change when you are told constantly that it is your fault how other people behave, and it is your fault for not being a protector and stopping another person's trauma from happening when you have your own trauma happening. We are responsible for our own actions, and we are responsible for the hurt we do to other people, but we are not responsible for the hurt that they do to us. I've just noticed the background. What a unfolding. So, what is my relationship like with others in the system? I'm on a very short leash. I am on a very short leash because it's literally only been a week since I changed my tune. But I look forward to my relationship with everyone else improving. Where do I live in the inner world? I don't have a place yet. That being said, Mia is building me a place. It's very sweet of her. I have been living in what you guys know as the lockdown cabin, but it is not right. Mia is feeding me images. I've got a castle in development, surrounded by thick, dense forest. It is not a castle. Description being a mansion that looks like a castle. But it is out of the way, where I can exist without causing harm to anyone. Not that I want to continue causing harm to anyone. I'm getting teary. The amount of kindness that Mia is showing me. It is amazing. What do I think about the channel? I don't know. I know that there are people from our past who know about the channel, and so there is that fear that the wrong person from our past will watch. But at the same time, I have seen how this channel has helped Nova. I have seen how this channel has helped other people in the system. I have seen how this channel has helped external people. I think the channel is risky, but at the moment the good outweighs the bad. What is my relationship like with God? I don't understand how God would love an altar like me. Nova would say that I am at a stage where I believe I have to change myself to meet God. Nova would say that I'm not yet understanding of the fact that God will meet me where I am at. I would like to know God, but I am not ready. I do not have a favorite Bible verse. I have not read the Bible myself. I have been recording for 25 minutes. This will be cut down slightly because of the number of times I've yawned. We were up until 3 a.m. last night, but he could not sleep. We are who we are. The insomnia is bad at the moment. I'm not sure if you'll see me again on this channel. I am interested in filming videos though. I think it will help. We'll see what the future holds. Apparently I've now got to have a conversation with Mia. She wants my input on where I will be living. I am currently very emotional. Mia is such a happy thing. She is not scared of me. She is happy and bubbly and eager to talk to me. Something that I was not expecting to get anytime soon. Nova has also been talking to me, but she's a little bit more guarded. Understandably so. My actions resulted in us being in hospital. Kel can tell that I am genuine in changes. Kel can tell I am being serious about wanting to change. Who knows? Maybe in time I'll record another intro video and we will be able to see what changes have been made. But for now, I am going to say goodbye. And we will see you in the next video.